Welcome back to the Handmade Way. Today I've got a fantastic recipe to share with you for homemade sweet chilli sauce. If you like my sweet chilli jam recipe, you're going to love this. We use a lot of sweet chilli sauce in our home and you use a lot of store-bought, but you see the two side by side on the plate, they do not compare. Once you've made this once and seen how easy it is and how delicious it is, you're not going to buy store-bought again. This sauce goes on everything, although halloumi fries and mozzarella sticks has got to be a personal favourite. With that said, let's get started. All the ingredients are on screen now and are in the pinned comment in the comments section. You don't need much equipment for this recipe, just a large pan, a set of scales, a juicer for the lemon is optional, a blender to get a decent texture, and some form of pan or whatever is your preferred sterilising method for your jars. Speaking of the jars, I've gone for swing top bottles because I think these are just fantastic and quite stylish for doing a sauce. And they're pretty cheap and easy to get. I'll put a link to them in the description as well. But you can just use a jar, any recycled jar will do. So first the chili peppers, I'm going to weigh out about 100 grams worth, but this is very situation dependent depending on you and the peppers you're going to use. So let's talk chili peppers then briefly. So I'm using Fresno peppers. These are a medium heat and I'm going to use the whole pepper, so season everything to give the sauce a really nice look. Spice levels are really individualistic, so I'm using 100 grams of these for my chili sauce, which will hopefully be family friendly. If you want something a little bit punchier and you know you're going to be using spicier chilies, then maybe reduce that down to about 20 grams. Don't try and stay one for one and stay rigidly with 100 grams. Just scale it back. You are going to have to do a little bit of trial and error with this to find the exact heat level that works well for you and your family. But as a rule of thumb, 100 grams of chilies that are rated a medium to low spice should make something that's family friendly, assuming your family can handle spice. Next, I'm going to chop in half 250 grams of cherry tomatoes. You don't have to use cherry tomatoes, but I just find that they add a load of flavour and add to the texture of this sauce. I also chop them in half, even though they're going to go in the blender, because I have had whole tomatoes survive the mixer before. So the chilies then are going to go in as well. I've already discussed this at length, but one of the things that you can also do to drop the amount of heat in your sauce is to just simply de-seed them and leave the seeds out. And of course, whatever you do, make sure you stay hydrated. Making chili sauce is indeed thirsty work. This step's optional. So moving on to the peppers themselves then, I just use bog standard red bell peppers. And so it's easy for weighing, just use 3 peppers and you'll be fine. If you're going to use slightly fancier peppers, then go with about 450 grams worth of sweet peppers. So all I'm doing is slicing these into strips to make it easier to blend. And I'm making sure that I've removed all the seeds. So if you've only got a small food processor like myself, don't worry about it. Just do it in batches. Just chuck in the pan what you've done so far and then just go back and do another load. Now onto the garlic. I'm going to use a garlic crusher to make sure that my garlic is as smooth as possible. You could just dice it as well and it'll work quite nicely in this sauce. It'll just give it a bit more of a rustic feeling. And then we're going to prepare 40 grams of fresh ginger. And all I'm using is a bog standard potato peeler to peel all of the skin off. And then chopping into little chunks to make it easier to blend. Blend together until you get it a really nice blitzed paste. Once it's all in the pan, we're going to add 350 ml of red wine vinegar, which thank you very much Asda, that is just perfectly a whole bottle, so no need of measure for us. And once the vinegar's in the pan, we're just going to put this on an extremely low heat, ready for the sugar to go in. Now, as an optional extra, you can use about a tablespoon worth of lemon. It's not going to make any change at all to the flavour, but what I find it does is it makes the sauce, the colour of it, a lot brighter. Fortunately, my juicer here comes with handy little indicators on the side, so it tells me exactly when I've done a tablespoon's worth of lemon. As I said, handy little kitchen gadget. I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to get your hands on one. I think it was like £1. But if you don't have lemon juice or any lemons, don't worry, you can skip this step. What we're going to do now, lastly, is we're going to add 500 grams of white granulated sugar. I wouldn't use any other sugars really. I'd just stick to the bog standard granulated white sugar. Chuck in a teaspoon of salt and stir it all in and make sure that the sugar is nice and dissolved. Once you're happy it's dissolved in, you should see that you've got a pretty smooth texture already, and you're now just going to turn the heat up and you're going to want to get this boiling. Now, while we're waiting for that to heat up, we're going to sort out our jars ready for putting our sauce in. If you are going to use the swing tops and you're going to boil sterilise them like I do, take the caps off. Reason being, if they spend as long as the jars do in the boiling water, the the colour can strain. Again, jars will work fine as well. Start it off with cold water so you don't shock the bottles, and then just bring to the boil. Once the water's got to the boil, leave it at boiling for 10 minutes, and then they are good to be used up to an hour after you've taken them off the heat. Let me know in the comments if you've got any other methods that you use for sterilising. As you start to boil your sauce, then you'll notice that you get this scum form on the top. It's completely natural, it's just denaturing proteins. All you need to do is skim it off the top, get rid of it. You can leave it in if you're feeling lazy, but if you get rid of it, it's going to give your sauce a much clearer and more professional finish. Once you have your sauce hit boiling and you cleared all the scum off, all you're going to do now is reduce the temperature, and you're going to bring it down to a gentle simmer, and you're just going to do this slowly. Because all we want to do now is we want to start reducing the sauce down and reducing the moisture content in this sauce. Now, you may have seen some recipes recommend using corn flour to thicken it up. I personally don't recommend using this because you can go too far the other way too quickly, and it's just as easy to simmer the sauce down to the right thickness and just reduce the moisture content. That being said, it is easy to accidentally over reduce this. I made a batch a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to visually show you how the sauce changed so you can hopefully try and avoid the mistake I made. But essentially, the rule of thumb is you want to go more on the liquid side than you do the thick side. And this sauce changes quickly. From this moment here where it's running completely off the spoon, less than 5 minutes later, it's gone really dark and it's starting to thicken. This is probably as far as I should have gone with reducing the sauce down. However, 10 minutes later, you can see it's almost like molten. The bubbles are extremely small, which means that the moisture content has reduced down really, really far. And at this point, what I've done is I've accidentally made sweet chili jam. But it's not a problem, you can absolutely eat it like this. It just means it'll probably be better for jarring rather than putting in a bottle. But instead, what you want to do is you want to keep it nice and low and slow. You can see here, this is just on a medium-low to heat. And then what I'm going for is when I put the spoon in and I put the liquid all over the spoon, yes, it rolls off, but it coats the whole spoon. Because bear in mind, this is also going to thicken as it cools in the bottle. And this whole cooking time took about 20 minutes. Now that's us ready for bottling. So thanks for watching, hopefully you've enjoyed that and you've learned something. If you have, do make sure that you like and subscribe, and please let me know down in the comments if you make this and tell me what you think. Probably shouldn't eat during an outro. If you've not seen it yet, you might like to see my sweet chili jam recipe. Honestly, it's one of the favourite things that I've ever made. Or if not, YouTube thinks you might like this video up here. Again, thanks for watching. Until next time, keep crafting self-reliance, one skill at a time. Right, more?
Yeah.
Wife tax.